Don't mind me, y'all. Just putting the finishing touches on the sweep that was the Phoenix Suns. Thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Four Wolves Takes, where your boy, Artis Woods, will bring you four fresh Minnesota Timberwolves takes. First things first, before I get into the second round and the keys to victory to beating the Denver Nuggets, let me just say, shout out to the Wolves fans, to the Wolves organization, to the Wolves players for making it out of the first round since 2004. It has been 20 years since the Minnesota Timberwolves have made it out of the first round, and it has been done. It has been done once again this year for only the second time in franchise history, man. That is something to be happy about. Obviously, we have high expectations, and we want to go far, especially since you got out of the first round. You're like, hey, let's take this as far as we can get. But that's a huge weight off of the players, off of the organization, off of the fans. And so shout out to everyone involved, man, because that's huge. And I don't want to take any credit. I don't want to take any credit, away from the Wolves for getting out of the first round. I don't. But I do want to point this out. They kind of followed your boy's keys. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Because before the series started, I have 4 keys to victory. Key number 1. Start every game strong, because they were down however many points at the end of every fourth quarter of the game during the regular season against the Suns. The second key was the Stars playing better, and they obviously did. Ant and Cat showed up, especially in the last game of the series. They didn't send a lot of double teams at KD and Book, but they were physical with both of them, and that was like part 2 of like my third take. And you kept Nurkic off the board. You dominated the boards pretty much all series long. So I just want to sprinkle that on top of today's episode, because I want y'all to know that these takes are real. And they are legit keys to victory against a Denver Nuggets team I've been watching for 2 years. Well, longer than that. But recently, since they have went on runs to win, a championship last year and look like they want to try to go on the run this year to win a championship again, been watching closely. Been watching very closely. And I believe I have 4 very, very solid keys to beating this team. So without further ado, let's get right to the keys to victory against the Denver Nuggets and how the Timberwolves can and will advance to the Western Conference Finals. It's crazy. It's crazy to say out loud. How the Timberwolves can and will advance to the Western Conference Finals. I see it. I hope y'all see it too. Let's get to the takes. Take number 1. Continue to win the third quarter. This is huge. In the Lakers series, the Timberwolves point differentials in the third quarter, plus 10 in game 1, plus 8 in game 2, plus 16 in game 3, and plus 6 in game 4. This is huge. Why? Because the Denver Nuggets showed me this past series against the Los Angeles Lakers that they are a second half basketball team. The Lakers were up every game at halftime. Every game they had a lead at halftime. And the Nuggets walked them down every third and fourth quarter. But in most cases, besides game 4, it started in the third quarter. They took over third quarter after third quarter after third quarter, built up momentum, and snatched every game late in the fourth. In some cases, they snatched it in the third quarter. So that's why that's key. This is a championship basketball team we're talking about now. This is a championship. This is the defending champions we're talking about. They are great, elite at making mid-game adjustments. This is something that the Wolves have to pay attention to. If they can keep that momentum from last series and dominate the third quarter, right? Take the punches that the Nuggets give and throw some back within the same quarter coming out of halftime, and win the point differential in the third quarter and walk into the fourth with momentum, they have a really solid chance at winning this series. It's not going to happen every game because the Nuggets are just too good. I'm not expecting a sweep. I didn't expect a sweep last round. But this Nuggets team, again, they're the defending champs. I'm not expecting a sweep. I'm just not. So it's going to happen every now and then. They're going to come out and they're going to do their thing in the third, because that's just what they have done. That's what they've shown us they can do. But if the Wolves can do it at least 4 times, they have a very good shot at winning this series. This team knows how to deal punches. They know how to take punches and deal them back. The Denver Nuggets, that is. The Lakers threw haymakers. And it's not easy to come out and dominate third quarters against a LeBron and AD-led team. It's just not, especially when they're healthy. These are 2 very intelligent basketball players, as we all know. But the Nuggets did it. game in and game out besides one game. And the one game they couldn't do it, the one game they legit could not do it, they lost. So again, the Wolves got to make sure they come out. I expect them to start strong like how they did against the Suns. They're not going to come out flat or lackadaisical. I don't see that. But the key is that third quarter. The fourth quarter, obviously, too, but the third quarter is what sparks the momentum heading into the fourth quarter. It's what builds the confidence and sparks momentum. The Nuggets know that. It's important for the Wolves to know that as well. Take number 2 on the day. Y'all reading this like, bro, you got to be kidding me. My take, after watching this team nonstop and trying to think of ways that you could take this team out, I think you have to make Jokic beat you by scoring the basketball. Do not double team Jokic, especially from the strong side of the floor. The strong side of the floor, meaning the side that the basketball is on. If Jokic has the ball in the post, which he always seems to do, and he's on the right side of the floor, do not take a defender from the right side of the floor, especially coming off the perimeter, to double team Jokic. It will end up in a 3-point shot. Under no circumstance, and I mean no circumstance, am I leaving Michael Porter Jr. open for a 3. Sorry, not doing it. I'd rather give Jokic the layup. I'd rather give Jokic the mid-range shot. Heck, if he get an and one, he get an and one. But under no circumstance am I giving him an open look. I feel a similar way about KCP, and I feel that way about Jamal Murray, but really, Michael Porter Jr., who is elite at spotting up and shooting the basketball. He only need a little bit of space. Michael Porter, this is the thing about the Nuggets. When you watch them play, they don't win games because Jokic is dominating scoring the basketball. They win games because Jamal Murray is getting off, because MPJ is hitting shots, because KCP is hitting shots, because the bench is making. That's how they win. That is how they win. And watching the Lakers, it's like, I don't know. Again, I'm not about to say these guys don't know what they're doing. I'm just me behind the microphone, right? A fan of the game. All I'm saying is leaving MPJ to double team Joker just didn't work at any point in the series. And it didn't work last year either, but they just did it all series long. And I just didn't know the strategy behind it. I mean, you don't want Jokic, you don't want anyone to score. But if you want to give up any points, you'd rather give up the 2 than the 3. The 3 builds more momentum than the 3. I'm sorry, no, the 3 builds more momentum than the 2. Let me get it right. The 3 builds more momentum than the 2. It does. It does. The 3 gets people more engaged, the fans more engaged than the 2. So I'm giving up the 2 all game long. I'm giving up the 2 all game long if need be. If you want to double team Jokic, double team from the weak side, meaning the opposite side that the ball is on. Make it tough. Make Jokic have to make a pass behind his head or behind the back or across court. An easier pass for defenders to steal. But when you're doubling from the strong side, it's an easy pass. Most of the time it's right in front of Jokic. He's like 7 foot. He could throw it right over his head. He could just bounce past it. He could chest pass it. I'm not even, and this might sound crazy as a defender, I'm not even helping. If I'm guarding one of these shooters, I'm not even stepping out in the middle to help. You know, they play that middle game where they try to step out. I'm not even doing that. I'm staying right in front of these shooters because they are the ones who kill you. It's not Jokic. It's these shooters, man. It is these shooters. When you watch them, you see it. You see it. If Jokic has a game where he has 40 points and 5 assists, you got a shot. But if Jokic has a game where he has 25, 15, and 13, you lost. You lost that game. You lost that game. I'm telling you, when the others are involved, you in trouble. But if it's just Jokic, and I've been saying this for years. If it's just Jokic, you got a shot. And I know, players have come out. Well, they say you make Jokic a scorer, and that's not easy to do, and all this other stuff. Listen, the proof is in the pudding, man. It's been done, and it has worked. It's difficult to do because Jokic is really pass first. He's gonna always look for his teammates. But if you give him the matchup that he's looking for, meaning any one-on-one matchup, if we're being honest, he's going to look to score. Let him look to score. You have the Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion, on your basketball team. Why not? Make him go get the buckets on Rudy then. Sometimes he'll score, sometimes he won't. But I'm not giving these shooters wide open shots. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Take number 3. Jaden and Ant must be Murray's primary defenders in the fourth quarter. This one is a little tricky. This one is tricky because if you watch the Denver Nuggets, you know that this is much easier said than done. While Jaden and Ant will line up across from Murray as he brings the ball up, which is what you want. Or while Jaden and Ant might be on Murray off ball, which is what you want. They won probably the best 1-5 action, the best 1-5 screen and roll, pick and pop action in the game today. It is almost, I'm not going to lie to y'all, it's almost impossible to defend. My biggest thing is make sure one of those guys is in front of Murray. Off ball, if one of those guys can switch on Murray, that's a beautiful thing as well. Make it tough. These guys I trust to fight over screen because you can't go under. So you trust these guys to fight over screens and make things tough. You trust these guys, to potentially pick the ball or jump a passing lane if Murray decides to dump the ball to Jokic and do one of the handoff actions. Maybe these guys can maybe jump that some type of way. If they go over the screen and you come off of the Jokic, screen and you drive into the middle of the lane, if you're Jamal Murray, you drive into the mid-range spot and he fade away sometimes like he does. I trust one of these guys to be able to get a block from the backside. Maybe Nikola Alexander-Walker as well. You could throw him on the take as well. I trust him defensively. But they make it tough. And the options that you have when they won that 1-5 option, when they won that 1-5 screen are not, it's not a ton. One thing that gives me hope is Rudy has done an excellent job with switching onto guards all season long. And in the playoffs last round, he's done an excellent job with switching onto guards. So that gives me hope that he can make things tough. What makes me a little nervous, though, is Jamal was killing AD on the switch. Game winner on AD, and then when they didn't switch, and Reeves just fought over the top of the screen, and he tried to get back into play, he hit Reeves with a game winner. So it's tough. I've been studying the film. I've been reaching out to people because this is the NBA's mystery right now. How do you stop it? How do you at least slow it down? And the best solutions I've come up with brainstorming with myself and some other people I trust, shout out to my older brother, is look, the best thing you could probably do to start is Rudy. You're going to have to make some switches and you got to show how elite you are as a defender on the outside every now and then on guards. Or if that doesn't work, you double team Murray on the screen in an aggressive double team. I don't mean a passive double team. I don't mean a double team where you're standing, 5 feet back and you're just putting your head. No, I mean getting in his grill. You right here, as close as I am to this microphone. You're right here. You're right in his grill, making it tough for him to get a pass off to Jokic or whoever else may be open. Because once that ball gets to Jokic, Jokic is going to either look to score or look for a shooter, and that's going to make it tough. So take 3 is the hardest take because, yes, I want these guys to be the defender in an ISO situation, but they don't run ISO ball a lot. Every now and then they do, and you need and Jaden to be there. But when they don't, those are the 2 options. Either you switch it with Rudy or you double team Jamal Murray on the screen. Best 2 options I got. Best 2 options I got. And obviously, when you double team, you rotate that defense to the best of your abilities. They do rotate that defense well off of double teams. I will say that. You could try a zone, but that's going to leave so many shooters open. I don't know if I trust it in this series the way I may have trusted it in the Sun series. I'll say that. And last take of the day. Attack Jamal Murray and Jokic as much as possible. While they are excellent offensively, they are elite offensively. Defensively, I got some questions. AD attacking Jokic. He was getting money. AD dominated the entire series. Murray, anytime LeBron James got to switch on Murray, there were times where he wouldn't attack the matchup, and there were times where he did. But every time he did and no double team came behind it, LeBron exploited that nonstop. The Wolves have players that can do the same thing. It does one of three things, all positive. Number one, it puts one of these guys, if not both of these guys, in foul trouble. Important. Anytime you can get these guys off the floor, it's huge. That's number one. Number two, if you get to the free throw line, even if those two guys are not in foul trouble, it builds rhythm for guys like Ant and Jaden and whoever else is attacking those matchups. It builds momentum and confidence, getting to the free throw line, making some free throws. You see the ball go through the net. You get offensively, you get that offensive burst by seeing the ball go through the net. Three, and maybe most importantly, if you attack the matchups properly, if you go at these guys properly, they don't have legs in the fourth. It makes it harder for them to run the 1-5 action. It makes it harder for Jamal Murray to come down and make big time shots down the stretch because the legs are gone. Attack these guys as much as possible. Gifted offensively, not the same defensively. And that's the truth. That is the truth. That is all I have for you guys today on Four Wolves Takes. Thank you all for tuning in. Should I bring the broom back? Should I go get the... Nah, we on to a new series. We on to bigger things. Trying to take down the champs, man. It's time to take down the champs, y'all. And I fully believe that the Wolves will do it in 6 games. Thank y'all for tuning in again. I appreciate it. I will catch y'all on the next episode of Four Wolves Takes.